So let's see what happens at the port of entry. An LPR will be screened at the port of entry either as an arriving alien or as a returning resident. And the officer at the port of entry will decide whether they're going to screen them as a returning resident or an arriving alien. If they're processed as a returning resident, then it's very quick. The processing is very smooth. They ask maybe a few questions. How long have you been out of the country? Which countries have you traveled to? Are you bringing any goods into the country, etc., etc.? And then they, usually allow them back in. However, if CBP decides that that person is an arriving alien instead of a returning resident, then they might scrutinize them further and they might ask more questions. They might decide that they are an arriving alien if the following conditions apply. If they abandoned or gave up their LPR status, if they've been absent from the US for a continuous period of more than 6 months, if they've been engaged in illegal activity after leaving the US, if they have departed the US while they were in removal proceedings, so they were already in trouble, they were in proceedings and they left and now they're trying to come back. If they've committed certain criminal offenses in the US, unless, of course, they have been granted an immigrant waiver. So if they've done this in the past, they've had some crimes, but they filed a waiver and the waiver was approved, and they shouldn't be asked any further questions, even if they have a past criminal record. And of course, if they're trying to enter without inspection, if they're trying to cross at the border where there's no inspection point and an officer catches them trying to cross illegally, then of course they can be processed as an arriving alien. So generally